Hi everyone, welcome back to the brand new Studio D YouTube channel. And yeah, it's brand new. There's only one other video here. If that's interesting to you, you should pop up into this corner right here and click it because it's going to underpin everything that we're talking about today and all the changes that are going on at Studio D. And you're like, Danika, how could new things be happening at a new studio? Well, the not so secret is that Studio D is a subsidiary of a greater company of which I am the founder. So my name is Danika, and I am the CEO and founder of Danika Inc., and Studio D is the clinical continuity of our health and wellness efforts and how we want to see change in the world. So today, and over the next month, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having a conversation with Kate, who's our new clinical director, and we're going to be bouncing back and forth kind of between the problematization that I see of the health and wellness world, and Kate's solution to those problems that I'm outlining. We're a great balance of each other. My background is in research, so my entire life outlook is just mostly negative, and so I think it's going to be really nice for you guys to have Kate on here to be the light in your lives. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through our pillars of what Studio D is and how we are going to change the health and wellness industry. If that's interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you're notified every time we upload something cool and new and shiny. Turn on your notifications, like the video because the YouTube algorithm likes that, and now we run on a society which is operated by social capital, which is terrifying and dystopian, but help us please, because we'd like to conquer the algorithm. And leave a comment down below, because as much as this is a conversation between myself and Kate, this is also a conversation with you, because if Kate and I are just talking to each other, we already know all this stuff. Really, the reason why we're doing this is to help empower you guys. Even if you're never going to use our services, you should know what's up. So with that said, let's hop into the 3 things you're probably doing for your health and wellness that aren't doing anything for you and are a colossal waste of money. Okay, I'm not going to make friends on this video. Number 1, going to the gym. So, I actually hate going to the gym, but I really enjoy the feeling I get after going to the gym. But let me explain to you why going to the gym on its own isn't actually helping you get any closer to your health and wellness goals. So the first thing is you are probably, as a person, not a certified personal trainer, physical therapist, kinesiologist, or any of those other things. And so without some sort of professional guidance to your programming, kind of walking around in the dark. And it's not to say that walking around in the dark is bad for you. It's just not probably being as effective or as efficient as you'd like to imagine that it is, which is a really interesting problem to have. And so if you are, financially in a position where you can hire a personal trainer, that's great. And I would say, that's adding a little bit of light and context to the situation. But again, a personal trainer, I think what's really interesting is that they have a really specific definition of fitness, which is usually the ability to bear more, if that makes sense. And that doesn't actually necessarily have any meaningful translation to quality of life or healthfulness. And I actually have this really great example. We have a patient at Studio D who can squat and lift and bench press, all sorts of things, but can't shrug one shoulder in isolation. And not being able to shrug your shoulder has a ton of ripple effects that you wouldn't anticipate and is like a root cause of a bunch of other stuff. So even though you might be lifting a ton at the gym, you might not be able to actually improve your health. I know, right? Number 2, going to boutique and group fitness studios is probably not doing anything for your health towards your goals. Don't get me wrong, being active on a regular basis and going in for the community and social components, definitely a good thing for your health. But in terms of reaching your goals, as someone who teaches group fitness and loves teaching group fitness, the struggle that I constantly have is that when I design programming for group fitness classes, it's not for you. It's for the lowest common denominator. So as a practice, group fitness is meant to be accessible to everyone at any point in their fitness journey on any class. And so what that means is that when I design programming, it's not to help you hit your goals. It's to hit a theme that the studio is addressing for that week, or hit a theme that I want to address in that class, or that we've been working through, or that I know, most desk workers have tight hips, so we're going to have a hip opening series. Does that sound familiar? Because I've run hip opening series. And it's not to say that those aren't good for you, it's just that they're going to have a really finite impact on your health and wellness. And, spoiler alert, they don't get really harder because, again, someone needs to be able to walk in on day one that the studio opens, and someone needs to walk in 5 years after the studio opens and go to the same class. So the progress thing, it's not really there. I just think I teach fitness, so I'm working myself out of a job here. Okay, number 3, and I am going to get hell for this. Seeing a clinical practitioner, it's probably not doing much for your health. And I own a clinic, and I own this clinic, so like, don't comment too fast. Wait for this. So, the reason why I say that is, whether you see a physiotherapist, a kinesiologist, a athletic therapist, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, when you only see them in a clinical setting, they're not going with you to your gym, to your yoga classes, to your sports thing, to your marathon. So the interventions that are being applied to your body within the clinical context stay 99.9% of the time only intervened upon within a clinical context. And so as much as it's not doing anything bad for you, the efficiency of that intervention is incredibly limited because it's not being taken with you into the rest of your life. And so when I think about all of this, and when Kate and I talk about all of this, and Kate's going to expand on this so much more for you, but when you think about it, you're like, okay, so what's the point? What are we even doing? And as much as Kate and I bashed back and forth on this topic a few times, what's actually missing is this component of lifestyle management, because all of those 3 things are good. And all of those 3 things, if you make them work together, are amazing. But all of those things on their own, with different professional interests in each space, without any sort of collaboration, it's not doing anything for you. And so then we were like, okay, well, does anyone actually need another clinician, another group fitness teacher, another personal trainer? Because there are millions of amazing people out there who can do the job that we want to do for you. And so then we were like, no, I think, and this comes down to like my researchy, not job geekiness, but what actually is missing from the health and wellness community is our first pillar, and we're sorry the name is so lame, but it's lifestyle management. We can clinically work on you, and we'd love to. Please come, we'd love to work with you. But what's more important is that after your clinical intervention, you have the skills and the team and the ability to interact with people and take that into the real world with you. Not that the clinic's not the real world, but you know what I mean. So when we thought about, sure, we can do clinical interventions on a shoulder injury day in, day out, but A, that's expensive, and B, we know that you might love group fitness or you might love going to the gym. And so we have a professional network of people that we can refer you to outside of Studio D that we know are trustworthy and will help you manage that shoulder injury and strengthen and improve upon that shoulder injury. But I'm just using shoulder injury as an example. When you go to Pilates, when you go to spin class, because there are amazing instructors out there in the world. And now with COVID, they're all online and you can access them no matter where you are, which is so cool. So when we thought about, what can we genuinely offer people and bring to the table, it wasn't so much about being the best clinicians, although pretty good, but it was about the approach that we as clinicians were able to bring to the table, to you, to help you while you go to the gym, while you go to spin class, and while you see your other physical therapists. Because I think that's ultimately what it's all about. So, if we're still friends at this point in the video, please, I'd love to hear your feedback, your thoughts kind of on that commentary. Kate's going to come on next. Hi, Kate. And she's going to kind of go through what's Studio D's response to this epiphany around where the gap in the health and wellness community is right now. But I think it would be amazing to have your feedback before she even films that. She is filming it on Wednesday, so you only have a couple of days. But I'd love to know, has any of this occurred to you before? Am I just 10 years behind and didn't notice how dumb I was? Or is this something you're like, oh no, I never thought about it that way. Girl, let's get moving. Because this is a really exciting thing to me. So if this is interesting to you, and this tone of conversation is interesting to you, down below we're going to have all of our links for all of our social. our website, our Instagram, our YouTube channel, as well as some information around like just resources that you can access. Thanks so much for joining me today. I look forward to fighting Kate in this channel in the future for the next little while. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'll talk to you later, after you talk to Kate. Bye!